Team USA just dropped their selection. Pool roster and the basketball world is absolutely losing it. Caitlin Clark isn't just on the list. She's been named a starter for the December camp at Duke. But here's the part that has Geno Auriemma seeing red. Paige Bueckers, his golden girl from UConn, is riding the bench. After years of Geno dismissing Clark, calling her fans delusional and claiming she wasn't ready for elite basketball, USA Basketball just proved him spectacularly wrong. The same coach who snubbed Clark when she wanted to play at UConn is now watching her take center stage on the national team. If you support Caitlin, comment, "Let's go CC," in the comments below. When USA Basketball released their 18-player selection pool roster for the December training camp at Duke, the basketball community started buzzing immediately. The roster looked pretty standard at first glance. You had your expected veterans like Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young mixed with rising stars, but then people started looking closer at the starter designations. That's when everything exploded. Caitlin Clark didn't just make the roster. She got handed a starting position for the December camp. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers found herself listed as a bench player. Let that sink in for a moment. The player Geno Auriemma has been pushing as the future face of women's basketball is sitting behind Clark on the depth chart. Sue Bird and Cara Lawson are running USA Basketball's future. Now Bird stepped into her role as managing director while Lawson took over as head coach. These two made their priorities crystal clear. With this roster announcement, they're building toward the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. Clark is their centerpiece. Social media went absolutely wild when people realized what had happened. Clark's fans started celebrating like they'd won the lottery. They'd been watching their favorite player get dismissed and doubted for years. Now, USA Basketball was putting her in a starting role over the player everyone said was supposed to be the chosen one. Geno Auriemma's camp went completely silent. You couldn't find a single comment from UConn after the announcement dropped. This is the same program that spent years promoting Bueckers as the next superstar. They pushed her as the player who would take over women's basketball. Now she's fighting for minutes behind someone Geno claimed wasn't ready for elite competition. The timing makes this even more significant. This camp represents USA Basketball's first real look at building their 2026 and 2028 rosters. They're evaluating players who could carry the program for the next 4 years. Clark getting starter treatment tells you exactly where their priorities lie. Stephanie White's inclusion as a court coach adds another layer to the story. White coached Clark with the Indiana Fever and understands exactly how to maximize her impact. She'll be working directly under Lawson during the camp. The Indiana connection runs deep here. Aaliyah Boston also made the roster, giving Clark a teammate she already has chemistry with. The roster includes players like Angel Ree and Guju Watkins as first-time invitees, but Clark's starter status sets her apart from everyone else making their debuts. USA Basketball is treating her like a proven commodity rather than someone who needs to earn her spot. Lawson personally selected the court coaching staff, which includes Natalie Nakazi and Nate Tibbetts alongside White. This group will be evaluating talent for USA Basketball's most important competitions. They're not just looking at individual skills. They're building a system around players they believe can deliver gold medals. The 2026 World Cup represents USA Basketball's chance for a 5th consecutive title. The 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles need a face for the sport, someone who can bring crossover appeal and global recognition. Clark brings exactly that kind of star power. Clark's supporters have been waiting.